Not getting what you want out of your dating life? Have you ever asked yourself, do I have unrealistic dating standards? Stay tuned as we dive into one of the top most unrealistic dating standards that might be holding you back from finding your dream woman. Thomas Anthony here, co-founder and accountability coach over at emlovz.com, where Emily, myself, and our team of coaches help single men get into real long-term relationships with women they're super excited about. And today, we're going to talk about one really challenging, unrealistic dating standard that we've seen over the past 10 years coaching men that might also be secretly holding you back from finding your next relationship. And yes, it's the large age gap thing. But before we dive in, I just want to say that both men and women have their own unrealistic dating standards and expectations. As you may or may not know, we only coach and support men, not women. So look, we have your back, right? I could go on and on in this video about women's standards of height and money and all that stuff, but it's not a good use of our time. Look, we all want something we can't have, period. Think about the last time you shopped for a car or a house or something big. You probably started off with high hopes. You wanted to live in an exclusive neighborhood, get that new Tesla that your neighbor was driving, but you had to settle. I'm actually going through this with a house purchase right now with the rates going up. It's really, really humbling. So let's go ahead and dive into one very controversial, unrealistic dating standard I've been seeing from men over the years that could also be holding you back from getting into the relationship of your dreams. This unrealistic dating expectation that I've seen really holding men back from reaching their goals over the past 10 years is when they're seeking a much younger woman than them, okay? A woman with an age of 10 plus years, their junior, Leonardo DiCaprio style, okay? So first of all, statistically speaking, an age gap greater than 10 years isn't likely to work out because you won't have the same reference points. For example, imagine having lived through coronavirus like we all have, but the person you're dating in a few years has no idea because she was a baby when Corona happened, right? You wouldn't have that in common, and it's a huge life experience, right? Whenever you make a reference to it, she'd have no clue what you were talking about. Situations like this happen all the time when there's an age gap greater than 10 years. Generational differences make it really hard for you to understand each other, okay? Plus, if you're, let's say 50 and you're looking for a woman who's 30 to 35, you're at a disadvantage. And I'm going to tell you why for a couple of reasons. If you want kids, you'll be a senior citizen when the kids are just hitting puberty. That's a risky move for a woman who wants to raise kids with someone who will likely be around when they grow up. You also have to compete. Second thing here, also have to compete with more men, right? A 33-year-old woman may date men in their late 20s all the way up to early 40s. And you have to compete with all of them. And yes, believe it or not, women actually, when they get into their mid-30s, they actually start dating younger. And what would make this 30-something want to date someone so much older when she could date somebody around her own age? And actually, you probably know the answer to that one. A woman who's, say, 32 and always dates 50 and up may be looking for financial stability instead of love. This may last a few years before she leaves you for someone closer to her age. There's rare exceptions. She might be an intellectual or an old soul, or somebody who just prefers older men, but it's very rare, okay? The chances of gold diggers go way up, okay? Of course, there's the Leonardo DiCaprio exception. Check out this chart here. All of his 8 prior relationships were all with women 25 or under. So yeah, I guess if you're rich and famous, you could do it too, but don't bet on it. And of course, as men get older, the age gap thing definitely lightens up a bit. There's a guy in our coaching program who's 63, just landed a 48-year-old. That's a 15-year age gap, but the relationship is working out so far. Good news. I think the 10-year age gap really affects men 50 and under a bit more. As men get over 60, I feel like the 15-year age gap isn't that bad. It's really all about commonalities and lifestyle similarities to keep the bond moving forward. And I want to hear from you in the comment section below. What's your age? You know, what's the youngest woman you've dated, right? How did it go? Are you still with her? Did it fade away? Share, let us know, okay? And that wraps up this video. If it was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And look, if you're watching this and you're a guy and you got goals this year of finding a girlfriend or a life companion or wife, long-term relationship, definitely check out our free masterclass in the description of this video. It's about 50 minutes long and covers just how mega dating, which is our coaching program philosophy of dating multiple women at the same time in a low stakes environment, can help you find the relationship of your dreams in record time. It'll also give you, this masterclass will give you some great tips if you're just starting dating again or you're restarting your dating life. And you'll also see some big wins from our current Dating Decoded students. Okay. Speaking of that, if you're hyper focused on dating right now and you're looking for a best-in-class coaching program to not only up-level your dating life, but to help you reach goals like finding a girlfriend, wife, companion, feel free to book a coaching program intro call with Emily, myself, or a member of our team over at emlovz.com/book. Our data-driven coaching program, it's a lifetime coaching program with unlimited coaching. The goal is to get you on 20 dates in 90 days so you could find someone right to share your life with. And lastly, before you go, here is another video from Emily on age gap and dating to go a little bit more in depth on the topic. Cheers.